Like its high-rise flats, rent in Singapore just keeps getting higher and higher. Median rents for housing board flats on the open market this year are mostly up by $100 or more compared to a year ago, while rent for private homes are at record highs. And things aren't likely to cool down anytime soon. Rebecca METTEO reports.
This newly married couple has been staying with their aunt while waiting for their new build-to-order flat to complete early next year. That's because finding a temporary flat in the interim that was both affordable and near work was just about impossible.
We were not aware of what the rental market was before we started looking, so it was a bit of a shock when we saw that, a lot of the places that we wanted based on our criteria were out of our budget. But again, that's based on the fact that we didn't want to compromise on certain things like locations.
They are now paying their aunt a small fee to stay with her, a sum lower than the rent they would be paying for in the open market. A 4-room flat in a mature estate like Bishan could easily cost you about $2,500 a month. That's a $200 increase from the same quarter last year. Median rents in non-mature estates are also rising. For a 4-room flat in Woodlands, you have to pay about $2,100 compared to $1,800 in the same period last year. Rent is also climbing for private condos. Government data show that condo rentals rose by nearly 10% last year and jumped a further 4.1% in the last quarter. ASANNACHIYAAR is staying in a 3-bedroom condo with a family of 5. She started renting this unit 2 years ago at $2,400 a month. Now it's at a less manageable $3,100.
So we have to cut down certain things like our groceries. We don't buy unnecessary things to pack up everything, store in a way. Then I can't really say that we cut down a lot. The daily usage is still there because the expenses now is also higher.
To manage expenses, she's looking to rent an HDB flat once her contract here ends. One analyst says higher demand for rentals may be a result of the government's recent cooling measures that prompted some homeowners to sell their flats and rent in the interim. Other young couples waiting for their new BTO flats could also be renting. And then there's the higher cost of living.
Inflation and rising costs such as higher maintenance charges or interest rate hikes and higher property taxes will likely have a snowball effect on rents. So this means that landlords are likely to pass on the cost to their tenants. Therefore, rents may continue to climb as long as inflationary pressures or even interest rate hikes continue to escalate in the coming months.
To cope with higher rent, she says people can choose to rent places that are less central. Young couples can also hold off on weddings or stay with parents while waiting for their BTO flats.